It's Christmas time! Yeah!
Now get ready. Here we go.
What is going on, you guys? It is Arkham, and we have Six Flags Great Adventure Holiday in the Park news. This is our Holiday in the Park guide video for 2024. Man, this Holiday in the Park season is coming up. It starts this Saturday, which is super exciting. There's much to discuss. We're going to go into details about the park map as well as everything on the website right now. So sit tight, relax, and enjoy the sleigh ride. Here we go. So they have a whole video package here. We're not going to play that for the sake of what is going on right now. Stuff for tickets and calendar stuff are all right here to see the days for Holiday in the Park. It starts on the 23rd and goes to January 1st. This button right here does not take you to the park map. I will show you where that button is momentarily. They also have a bunch of other different stuff, such as certain attractions and holiday sweet treats and merchandise. Pretty cool stuff. And then also the one-day ticket and 2025 passes with this all right here. I don't know the exact pricing for it. I'm not going to go too much into detail for that here. All the festive entertainment, it seemed like they did a rework on the festive entertainment this year. So they have the whole holiday list thing. The 5-story tree every 30 minutes is going to have a show, which I believe is the same show as previous years. I'm not too mistaken. They have some jugglers called the Candy Cane Crew, Rudolph's Regiment, which is like festive tunes and something with Rudolph. Seems pretty cool. The Jolly Light Show, which is some dancing trees and sync to some holiday music. I wonder if this has anything to do with the Giant Wheel. They didn't mention anything about the Giant Wheel, oddly enough, but I wonder if this Jolly Light Show has something to do with it. Storytime with Mrs. Claus and photos with Santa are all coming back. You can meet Santa only up until December 23rd, though, so this one ends earlier than most of the other stuff. The meet and greet stuff, such as the queens, the kings, the princesses, and all the holiday guests, are all right here. And then some new things, such as traditions. This heartwarming spectacle will allow you to reflect as a family of musicians come together to share their cherished holiday memories. Brand new show. The Jinglettes, serenaded with holiday favorites that are sure to transport you to a winter wonderland. Seems really nice. And the Deck the Halls dance party, which has dancing elves and reindeer, all to holiday tunes. All seem really nice additions. We're going to go to where these locations probably are going to be. They should be on the map. I didn't look too much into the map yet, but they're probably there. And then they also show off some really interesting foods and beverages that they are going to serve. And they're going to have this thing at Granny's that looks so good. Oh my god, I want to eat that! It looks delicious. And then they have the Central Brew House that's going to have a peppermint style of drink that looks really nice as well. And then certain festive flavors of funnel cakes and other holiday treats as well. They're also doing a food drive on the 23rd and the 24th. So you can drop off any food donations to the front gate of the park right before security. I believe it's going to be where the, I think it's a new, ride help building is right off to the left side. I'm pretty sure they're going to drop off all the holiday donations. They're going to go there. Promoting holiday merch. They didn't reveal anything. I'm assuming a lot of the stuff here is what they're going to do for the holiday merch. And then they have the Hot Cocoa Cup that you could collect. 2024 Hot Cocoa Cup. Refills on the first day that you get it are free, but discounted on return visits. I might just get one and call it a day, but I don't think I'm going to go ahead too much with the cup. But I definitely encourage you, if you're a hot cocoa drinker, I don't drink too much hot cocoa personally, but if that's something for you, by all means, go for it. Get that Hot Cocoa Cup. This, I don't think, is the design of it. I think it's like this design up here, but it looks really cool. And then if you come down to plan your visit and you come across, you click on park map right down here, it will take you to the map itself, and here it is. We're going to look at it in full in a much bigger frame right now. Alrighty, here is the park map for Holiday in the Park that is technically labeled as Great Adventures Holiday in the Park, which I think is very odd. I don't know if they're going through a rebrand right now and they might start calling the park Great Adventure instead of Six Flags Great Adventure, but that's a discussion for another day. But as we make our way up, we have a Main Street Christmas. Off to the left is Gingerbread Junction and BB&P. We have Holly Jolly Christmas in the back, Polar Point, North Pole, Poinsettia Peak, Whimsical Wonderland, Festive Fireside, Holiday Memories, Holiday Heroes, and finally Joy to the World. pretty much a lot of the areas seem to be returning from previous iterations of Holiday in the Park. But we're going to go over now where the shows are located. Storytime with Mrs. Claus and the Deck the Halls dance party is over in the stage at BB&P. They are all during the day. There's like one Mrs. Claus thing that happens at 6:45, but they happen sporadically throughout the day. Every hour beginning at 5:30 is the Main Street Christmas show with the giant tree in the middle. Holiday Magic is also going to be there as well. It happens every hour beginning at 5. So they have two shows that involve the tree, funny enough, which is pretty cool. The Jolly Light Show is at Holly Jolly Christmas. That is right up here with these 5 trees next to the Joker. Very interesting location, to say so myself. Rudolph's Regiment is right next to Johnny Rockets. There's a stage that is right back here that they use for Oktoberfest. That seems to be the stage that they're probably going to use for the Rudolph Regiment. Traditions, I think, is right here. It's probably like the same like mini stage that they use for the Flashbang Brass Band and the Tone Travelers as well. Since it is a more singing voice group, I think that's where they're going to be, right next to Deja Vu. The Jinglettes are over in Holiday Memories, so that'd be very interesting to see how they do with that location there. And then the Candy Cane crew is over in Gingerbread Junction. I'm pretty sure they're going to use Dream Street. I would not be surprised if that is where they'll be. And then meet and greets are basically all around. Mary Street Christmas, oddly enough, is going to be where Santa is. I'm surprised Santa's not going to be back here or over in their main spot anymore, but right up here, with that Santa marking, here he is. He's going to be right in that hut where some of the characters have met before. The Snow Queen and Snow King are going to be in Polar Point, right by the Swashbuckler. Peppermint Princess, Gingerbread Junction, I'm assuming where the giant snowman is probably where they're going to be. Jack Frost is also going to be in Polar Point. He's back again. Poinsettia Prince and Princess are over in Poinsettia Peak. My assumption is that they're usually by the tree, right in front of Skull Mountain, which is probably where they're going to be. And then the Looney Tunes will be around Gingerbread Junction. They probably are going to use Dream Street again like they did for the 50th anniversary. And then that gets us into everything else. So some of the more interesting things to know about this map and how it separates from other variations is that there is no boardwalk this year. So as you are already probably aware, Zumanjaro, Kingda Ka, the Skyway, Twister, Parachute Tower, and Green Lantern are all getting demolished and removed. They're all entirely off the map. So there's no point to open Superman, which is why they're probably going to keep it closed, and it will be closed for the rest of the season. Obviously, everything past Dream Street and over stays closed for Holiday in the Park anyway. This is the first time, to my knowledge, that they're actually keeping Bugs Bunny National Park open, which I think is really awesome. They're going to have both kid areas open for the event, which is really exciting. They're going to have that Whimsical Wonderland, and they're going to have BB&P open as well. Something else is that this is basically like a stocking Santa letter center. We don't know much about this because I don't see a location for where this would be on the map, but it seems very interesting that they are sort of promoting this to be like, hey, you can leave your letters for Santa. I think they did this last year too, where you could kind of do that as well. Also, the Flash is not on this map, and the main reason is because Flash is not going to be open this season. Also, no Cyborg, so that confirms that Cyborg is going to be closed for the remainder of the season. Will it make it to next season? I don't know. That's definitely one that's very interesting to watch. We will have to see what happens with Cyborg next season. If it opens on opening day next season, great. But now that all but confirms that Cyborg will not be open for Holiday in the Park, obviously Flash not being there because, well, Flash is not opening till next year. Everything else is pretty much fair game. Obviously the Rapids aren't there. They're not going to open the Rapids because, well, it's cold. But everything else is pretty much the same. All the rides from here over the Carousel, BB&P, Gingerbread Junction, the teacups, all will be open. This mainly isn't like a very ride-heavy event. It's not Fright Fest Extreme by any stretch of the means. It's really just about the lights, the spectacles at night, all like some of the overlays, if there are any overlays, which there really aren't. It's really just an event to just bond and have a good time with. It's no like It's definitely not going to be super ride heavy. Usually Holiday in the Park usually is not very ride reliant because of the weather. So, but luckily they do have some options for rides for those that if it piques their interest. Also, another thing to mention, nothing for the Giant Wheel. There isn't like a show for the Giant Wheel, which is interesting because they have speakers on the outside of the Giant Wheel. We do know that the Giant Wheel will be lit up for Holiday in the Park on Saturday, so we don't know much about this. I don't know if this is going to be tied into one of the shows that they're doing with the tree, which would be really cool to see, but that's definitely one to look out for in the future. Otherwise, there isn't really too much. They have like a Northern Lights mocktail cup thing here. M&M's is sponsoring the event once again. And then all the rides and the areas are mixed and mobbled here. Some of them are really just thrown off from one another, which is odd. I don't know why. Like Adventure Alley should just be called the North Pole, or like Fireside is one thing, but like Poinsettia Peak shouldn't be Jolly Roger and Skull Mountain and the bumper cars, and like Joker's just Holly Jolly Christmas and Harley Quinn. It's like it's a little bit weird. It's very mishmashed for the map and the locations this year, but otherwise Holiday in the Park should be really, really exciting. I mean, if you're going in expecting a lot of really beautiful lights, you're going to get that. Obviously, if you're expecting El Toro to be open, it will not be open. So, just things like that. This is what the map you got to work with for the rest of the season. And then all the festivities end on January 1st for the final day of the season. And then my assumption is that the spring break for a lot of schools will be when they have the season for 2025 begin. But that's going to do it for this Holiday in the Park 2024 breakdown guide video. Let me know if perhaps I ended up answering some of your questions. If you have any other questions, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and always think your write-ups. And I will see you all in the parks. Happy holidays. Goodbye.
Here we go.